What's up everyone, welcome to my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows movie discussion video where I talk about some things that I might have forgotten to mention in my spoiler-filled review. So I really like this movie a lot, way more than the first one back in 2014, and that's because of the fact that they fixed a lot of things. Shredder's costume this time around is a lot more toned down. I didn't really care much for that huge mechanized Shredder that was in the first movie. However, the action figure did look kind of cool, but in the movie it just looks just too much. It was just too much for me, and the fact that the foot soldiers were not really ninjas, but they did fix that in Out of the Shadows, and I'm really happy about that. So the reason why I really liked this one more than the first one is not just because they fixed a lot of things, but I had a lot more fun with this one just because there were a lot more interactions with the turtles. Now, for the spoiler-filled review that I did, I don't believe I gave the movie a score. I would give the movie a 6 out of 10, and I know a lot of people out there might think that's a little bit too high, and you might think I'm just giving it that score based off the fact that I'm a turtle fan and I love all the nostalgia that's going on in the movie, but no, I genuinely had fun with TMNT Out of the Shadows because there's just a lot of stuff in there for me and other fans to enjoy. But if you are one of those serious movie critics who love Oscar award-winning movies, I'm sorry, but this movie is not for you. I would say stay away from this movie. This movie is purely for the fans who know the lore of the Turtles and know about the Ninja Turtle universe. If you are a person who knows nothing of the Ninja Turtle universe, then nothing in this movie is going to make sense to you. You're going to be confused and probably leaving the theater quite puzzled. And to all the movie critics out there, yes, I know this is not a perfect or solid movie, but once again, this is for the fans. Now, if you are a much older fan who grew up with the gritty comic books from Kevin Eastman and the original movie, which was also kind of dark, I don't know if this movie is for you. I would say this movie is more for the people who enjoyed the silliness of the original 80s cartoon. This is definitely more for that crowd. Or definitely for the hardcore Ninja Turtle fans who enjoy all different versions of the Ninja Turtles, from the comics, the cartoons, and the movies. Also, keep in mind this is a kids movie, so you have to go in with that mindset. And originally I thought this movie was just PG, but it's actually rated PG-13 because they do curse a couple of times in the film, but there's not a lot of that. I think they only curse like only 3 or 4 times, but they mostly keep it safe for the kids. Now, to anyone out there who did not enjoy the first film, I think you will like this film a lot more because they fixed a lot of mistakes from the first movie. And I would say to you, go into this as if you were watching the original 80s cartoon. Yes, there is still room for a lot of improvement, but I do think this one is a lot better than the first movie that came out in 2014. On my list of live-action turtle movies, I would definitely put this at number 3. Number 1 would be the original live-action turtle film, of course, and number 2 would be the sequel to that, Secret of the Ooze, and this would definitely be number 3 because it's better than the previous film, and it's miles ahead of Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. So that's where I would put that with the live-action turtle films. Now, with the animated movies, of course, the best one to me will always be Turtles Forever, where the 80s Turtles team up with the 2003 Turtles, and that is a good movie. I would recommend it for any hardcore turtle fan out there. The CGI animated one that came out in 2007, I think, that one was okay. I just really couldn't get used to the designs of the turtles in that one, but it was mildly okay for me. But Turtles Forever is definitely the better option. Now, I still stand by everything I said in my spoiler-filled review. The 4 turtles are great. April O'Neil's kind of meh. I wish they would have written her character a little bit better. Casey Jones is meh. Maybe if he was a much darker character with a darker past, then maybe I could get into him more, but he was just okay for the most part, and it was kind of disappointing to see him wear the mask in one scene. But to be fair, guys, in the original live-action movie, Casey Jones didn't wear the mask much either, so I could kind of accept that. And it was disappointing what happened with the Shredder. His character was completely wasted, but at least he will be back for another movie, hopefully. Everything was perfectly fine with Krang. He definitely seemed like Krang from the original cartoon or comic book, so I had no issues with that. Bebop and Rocksteady were definitely Bebop and Rocksteady. I have no complaints there, so 2 thumbs up to that. And Krang Space Station, the Technodrome, was pretty awesome to see, especially the nice little touch they added to it, which you have to look out for because that scene goes by very fast, and if you are a true Turtle fan, you will recognize it when you see it. Also, I thought the CGI was improved in this film, especially on the turtles. It looked like they touched up the CGI on their faces a little bit. And definitely Master Splinter. Master Splinter in this film looks a lot better than he did in the previous movie. I don't know what they did to him. I don't know what they touched up on the CGI, but he looks very much improved. And I'm still sticking with my score, 6 out of 10, because this movie is great for Ninja Turtle fans like myself. However, I do think there are things in the film that could have been done a lot better. Alright, I'm Omega Primus, and thanks for listening to my thoughts about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. And Cowabunga.